Have you ever watched the 1968 movie The Boston Strangler? If you have, do you remember when you first saw it? And does it hold a cherished memory for you? We'd love to hear your stories and memories in the comments below. Now, let's delve into this classic thriller. The Boston Strangler is a gripping crime film that takes us back to the unsettling days of the 1960s. Directed by Richard Fleischer, it's a chilling exploration of the true events surrounding the notorious serial killer, Albert DeSalvo, who terrorized Boston during the early 60 seconds. The movie, released at the height of the crime thriller genre's popularity, is a tense, suspenseful tale of a city gripped by fear. Tony Curtis delivers a memorable performance as the Strangler himself, showcasing a striking departure from his usual roles. This film doesn't merely recount the gruesome murders, but also delves into the psychological intricacies of the case and the efforts to bring the killer to justice. So, do you have a cherished memory or a personal experience associated with this movie? We'd love to hear your stories and memories in the comments below. Now, let's unravel some random facts about the film, its cast, and its historical context. The Boston Strangler remains a chilling classic that continues to captivate audiences with its gripping storytelling and historical significance. The 1968 movie The Boston Strangler offered Tony Curtis a chance to showcase his acting skills. The film didn't follow the usual roles he was known for. Instead, it allowed him to break away from his typical image. The movie begins with a newsreel covering a ticker tape parade for the original 7 Mercury astronauts, including Alan Shepard, Gus Grissom, and John Glenn. This historical context sets the stage for the unfolding events. During filming, Tony Curtis faced a real-life injury when he broke his nose in a chase scene. This incident highlights the dedication of the actors to their roles and the authenticity of the film's action sequences. The Boston Strangler, written by Edward Anhalt, presents a gripping narrative inspired by true events. It delves into the chilling story of a serial killer in Boston and the efforts to capture him. The film's unique blend of historical context, suspense, and Tony Curtis' exceptional performance makes it a noteworthy piece in the world of cinema. The 1968 movie The Boston Strangler is notable for being the first Hollywood feature film to use the multiple image technique, which shows several scenes on the screen simultaneously. Approximately 35% of the film's total footage employed this innovative method. The film's February 1969 article in American Cinematographer provides extensive insights from director Richard Fleischer, director of photography Richard H. Klein, editor Marion Rothman, and special effects photographer L.B. Abbott, shedding light on the creative process and technical aspects of this groundbreaking approach. This article was reprinted on the publication's website in May 2020, making it a valuable resource for understanding the film's unique visual style. The Boston Strangler also had an interesting behind-the-scenes moment when the real Albert DeSalvo, whose life the movie is based on, escaped from the mental institution shortly before filming was set to begin. He managed to evade capture for 33 hours, creating tension and drama both on and off the screen. Additionally, the casting of Tony Curtis as DeSalvo is a compelling aspect of the film's history. Curtis, whose career was in decline at the time, lobbied for the role despite resistance from 20th Century Fox boss Richard D. Zanuck. Curtis went to great lengths to prove his suitability for the role, including taking mug shots and sending them to Zanuck, who initially didn't recognize the actor. This determination and transformation helped Curtis secure the role, marking a significant moment in his career. These facts offer a fascinating glimpse into the making of The Boston Strangler, showcasing the film's technical innovation, real-life drama, and the actor's dedication to his craft. In the 1968 movie The Boston Strangler, the character of Albert DeSalvo was portrayed by Tony Curtis. Despite the fact that Tony Curtis was only 6 years older than the real Albert DeSalvo, some viewers found him to be too old for the role. In reality, during the time of the Boston Strangler murders, DeSalvo was in his early 30s. The movie is based on the true story of the Boston Strangler, a serial killer who terrorized the city in the early 1960s. In real life, Albert DeSalvo confessed to the Boston Strangler murders and provided the police with details about the crimes that only the actual murderer or law enforcement would know. However, there was no physical evidence linking him to the murders. Instead, DeSalvo was convicted of non-murder related robbery and sex crimes, resulting in a life sentence. Many people believed that DeSalvo was innocent of the Strangler murders. This belief persisted for almost 50 years, until in 2013, DNA testing conclusively linked him to the last victim, Mary Sullivan. DeSalvo had been murdered in prison in 1973, but the DNA evidence finally established his connection to the other Strangler victims. While the movie The Boston Strangler may have taken some liberties with the casting of Tony Curtis, it remains a significant part of the cultural fascination with this infamous serial killer case. In 1968, the movie The Boston Strangler was released, and it made quite an impact on the world of cinema. This gripping film, directed by Richard Fleischer, delves into the horrifying real-life events surrounding the infamous serial killer Albert DeSalvo, who terrorized Boston in the early 1960s. One interesting fact about this film is that Horst Buchholz, a talented German actor known for his roles in various westerns and international films, was considered for the role of Albert DeSalvo. Buchholz's potential involvement in the project could have added an intriguing dimension to the movie, but ultimately, the role went to Tony Curtis, who delivered a compelling performance that added to the film's intensity. The Boston Strangler also marked the film debut of Edward Winter, a versatile actor who would go on to have a successful career in both film and television. This movie served as a significant milestone in Winter's acting journey and set the stage for many more roles in the years to come. Interestingly, in the same year, 1968, Tony Curtis found himself on Variety's list of top 10 overpriced stars. This recognition, although not necessarily a positive one, highlights the industry's evolving perception of actors and their market value during that era. The Boston Strangler is a notable film from that year, not only for its gripping portrayal of a gruesome real-life case, but also for its casting choices that could have been quite different. These facts provide a glimpse into the intricate world of filmmaking and the ever-evolving recognition of Tony Curtis as an actor who left an indelible mark on the silver screen. This is just one of the many interesting tidbits that make the history of cinema so fascinating. As we bid adieu to the enigmatic tale of the Boston Strangler, may it linger in your thoughts like a haunting melody, forever etched in the annals of cinematic history. The film's unrelenting suspense, Tony Curtis' compelling portrayal, and the director's masterful storytelling have left an indelible mark on our minds. But let's not forget, it's more than just a movie. It's an experience that has interwoven with your life, perhaps sparking conversations with friends, delving into the psychology of crime, or leaving you with that unforgettable chill down your spine. We encourage you to take a moment and reflect on your personal connection with this iconic work of art. What memories, thoughts, or emotions has it evoked in you? We invite you to share your favorite recollections or musings about the Boston Strangler in the comments below. Let's create a space for enthusiasts and film aficionados to connect and celebrate the impact of this timeless classic on our lives. Thank you for your time, your interest, and your shared memories. It's been a pleasure sharing this cinematic journey with you. Until next time, keep those reels turning, and may the stories on screen continue to captivate your hearts and minds.